What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, as I like to do a seasonal update here in the backyard of the garden, or the yard garden, 2019 garden season has come to a close. Look at that. The only thing left standing are the Brussels sprouts, which will be cut next week. It's well after the first frost, and it's ready to be finished. So, what's the year in conclusion? I did the arches for the vining plants, and they didn't really take off. My cucumbers didn't take off over those vines, or over the arches, until August. And mind you, it's the middle of towards the end of October now. And so I got a very short growing period for good cucumbers. And I got probably 30 off of it, but those 30 were just enormous. I mean, they were the size of my bicep. They were just huge. And then they tasted good for the first day after picking them, and then they just went bad. But then I had those great sunflowers, or whatever they are, they're like the 18-inch sunflower heads in the middle. Those things grew to about 12 foot tall, as they were, 12 to 15 foot, but they bloomed out while we were on vacation. Prior to that, there was nothing there, so it kind of sucks. But then I have asparagus, and I had peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, 5 tomato plants. I had Big Boys and the Roma tomatoes, and they all produced. But just the way the summer went, man, it was a summer of go, especially with the house building process starting, and I could never get to them, and they would be dead. They'd be, a worm would got to them, and you didn't see it until you got inside, or something along that lines. So it wasn't the greatest season for planting anything, especially since I've been going what it seems like constantly, but it's not going to slow down. Like I said, I have my Brussels sprouts, which are still growing. I mean, they're still going strong. I have to get them cut though, otherwise the bugs will get to them sooner than later. I still have like 3 quarts or so, 3-quart bags full of them from last year, so this will probably get me 2 or 3 gallons worth of Brussels sprouts for 8 plants. It's not too bad. One of the things I wanted to do at my new house, on the new property, was have a nice little berry, a vineyard. Not really a grape vineyard, but grapes, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and that kind of stuff, along with apple trees, all my fruiting plants. And so these actually did pretty good. Of course, it's the first year getting established, and they have grown a pretty significant amount. They're going dormant now, which is not bad, but I will, as soon as I get the new property, starting and figure out where I want to put a garden at, these will go in. Of course, my watering system, which I didn't use a whole lot this year because we had so much rain. I think at one point we had like 6 inches of rain in like 30 some hours one week, and that is a lot of rain with nowhere to go. The local rivers were up about 85% of the summer, and that's not a bad thing necessarily, having water, but there's nowhere for it to go because everywhere below us is backed up, everywhere above us needs to let go, as that's the story that's been written. So the water was pretty much high, and you couldn't go cruise the river in a kayak if you wanted to because it was moving so much. Next thing is, I've told you before, on the 160 acres that we have for the new property, we have 12 trees. Well, 12 standing trees, not that they're all alive. So with that, we are planting trees. We are getting some roots established, per se. The first 4 here are willow trees, so they're high water demand tree with a deep root system, because those roots are always going to be seeking water. And where we're building at, the well is 180 feet deep, but the average depth for water in the ground is 40 feet below, which isn't too bad. So these will actually grow pretty well. It can be kind of, back and forth for the years, dry and wet, as it is throughout Kansas. But where we're building at, it goes through its stages, as everywhere else does. And then today I picked up these two silver maples. These silver maples at Lowe's are normally $35. Today they are 25% off, so that's not a bad price for what, $24, $25. The sale actually didn't start till tomorrow, supposedly, but they went ahead and honored their pricing, which is a rare thing for most stores around here, even Lowe's, to honor their pricing. So it's not a big deal, but cold hardiness 30 to 40 feet or 40 below, 30 to 40 degrees below zero. Here's the problem. These roots aren't established in the ground yet, so what I've done is dig a hole the depth of the pot to get them into the ground. They're still in the pots, and then I've taken, and I'll get more straw, but I've taken straw to cover the tops. And the reasons for that is obviously for frost. Have a nice little frost barrier there, and it will not kill, hopefully will not kill the established roots within the pot throughout the winter. Of course, you're gonna have some of the small ones die off. They're just going through their seasonal stuff. Trees do this every single year. All these trees around me, yeah, they do this every single year. And hopefully these take off. And then over here, I've got 2 more willow cuts, actually 3 more. Look at that. I need to get these planted in a pot soon. And then I tried to take a sapling off the neighbor's tree, and it's not rooting out. It's not a big deal. I just figured a sapling would be a good place to start. But I know it's, it's fall, it's getting cool out, so trying to start a tree off of a sapling, off a big old tree like that, might be tough. But anyways, quick end of season garden video, get away from the camper stuff for a little bit, and I'll be back to that anyways today. Yeah, there it is, and it won't be back. I will, of course, I'll keep the trees cared for through the winter and the spring, and care for the viney stuff, the grapes and the raspberries and that whatnot, and of course my asparagus I will tend to, but I'm not going to be planting another garden in this location, which is sad because it's a great spot. I've taken so far 3 years to establish a good ground, a good root system down here, and it's all done. So anyways, until next time guys, keep calm and carry on. Stay safe.